how you can approach questions for a job interview. Maybe not only for a job interview, but in general to tell people about yourself, but what you do professionally, what you have done in the past, what you did last year, what you did during last months, because all this is very useful in the work environment, right? You need to be able to explain to clients a little bit about what you do, and sometimes the best way to give certainty and insurance to a person, to a client, is to tell them about your past, tell them about what you do, tell them about what you how you have helped other people before, right? And if we talk about a job interview, so it's the same, right? They want to know the facts. They want to know what exactly how you used your abilities before. So all of this is very important, and we're going to have a mix between vocabulary, very interesting vocabulary that is obviously formal for the context, grammar, structures that we use, and along with pronunciation as well. So let's get started. We are recording, and we're going to practice first before the interview and everything. Uh, we're going to work on this. It's a conversation between Tara and Santi. And here you have to read, and according to what you hear, according to what you believe, you choose the option you feel is correct. So we're going to check, right? Okay. So it says, just the first one says, "Hi Santi, were you able to take the entrance exam for law school last week?" In this case, you have two options are that both of them are correct, right? Could you take the entrance, or were you able to take the entrance exam is correct, right? In this case, I'm talking about something specific, which is to take the entrance exam for law school the last week. All right. So you can use could or be able to in this sentence. But we're going to continue reading. So who would like to be Santi? And I would need a volunteer to be Tara too. So who would like to help? So, scratch my back. Okay. So who would like to be Tara and who would like to be Santi?
Yeah, it could be Tora.
Good. And who would like to be Santi? Saul or Gabriel?
I do it.
All right, go ahead, please.
Hi, Santi. Were you able to take the entrance exam for law school last week?
Yes, I was. Um, I managed to finish the exam, but I answered most of the question.
That's good. You're pretty good at test. I'm sure you could pass.
I hope so. I heard that Sandra passed it last month.
Really? How she was able to take the test? She's only 17.
She could take it earlier because she could law classes at the community college.
Wow, well, good luck. I really hope you passed.
You and me both.
Okay, so the first one, you would say I was. So yeah, it's I managed to, right? Correct. I managed to finish the exam. No, sorry, I didn't manage. Yeah. didn't manage to finish the exam, but I answered most of the questions. Okay. So remember that manage, you use it when you want to say that something was difficult, or you try so hard. In this case, the person didn't achieve, Santi didn't achieve his goal, which was to answer most of the questions, but the fact that he used manage, it means that it was a challenge, right? I'm sure you managed to pass. Good. Another way, thing forgot to tell you the last class, but managed is also like arreglárselas para, yeah? So I'm sure you managed to pass. So like it was difficult, but you found the way to pass. Then, yeah, how was she able? Because it's the question, good. She could take it early because she took a lot. So you can she could take it early or she managed to take it early, no problem. Okay, and just remember that we have another word that is be able to, right? Well, it's here too. So when you say, what is the difference between using can and be able to, right? Or the passive could. So when I want to say can, wrongly confused with may, yeah? Some people, or I mean, it's informally used when they use can, but they actually mean may, yeah? So when they say, can you come and check this? Let's say, hey, can you come and check this? Actually, I'm not asking if it's possible. I'm asking if you can do me a favor. Can you come and check this? Okay, this is an informal English, but it's better option is may. That's why may exists. Because can originally used for possibilities, but may is used for permission or to ask someone a favor. Like, may you come and check this? Yeah. So sometimes when you don't want people to confuse when you ask a question with can or when you use can, for example, I can um I can go. So this means two things. It's possible and I want to go, so I will go. But someone could say, I can go, but I don't want, right? That's what I told you, that can is for abilities or possibilities. So if someone uses can, does not always mean that the person will do it because they can, but they don't want, right? So when you want to make difference, you could say, I am able to go, right? I'm able to go. I'm able to go. So you can ask someone, are you able to go? So my worry here, I'm not asking you yet to go, but I'm telling you if it's possible. So are you able to go? And yeah, so that's the thing, right? When you ask directly able, you are asking about the possibility because can originally used for possibility, but some people confuse it. Not only students, but generally it can be a problem because when you say someone, can you do this? Can you do that? Can we, or just when you want to be very specific and you use able to. So now let's talk about the past. Is there any difference if you say I could fix it or I was able to fix it? Do you think there's people could get confused with the first sentence? If I tell you I could fix it, could you understand something different? Well, if you say I could fix it, remember that could has other meaning, right? That it's similar to would. right? So, yeah, could basically means is the past of can, but it's also would be able to. So some people could say, I would be able to fix it. And this is clearer than I could fix it. But let's say they're synonyms. So other thing is that, again, I could fix it. It means you have the possibility. But if you say, I was able to fix it, it means that you fixed it. Again, I could fix it. It only means it was possible for me. I was able to fix it. It means I did it. Yeah. So that's why it's very important that even though the expressions are similar, they don't have the same use. Let's think about another example. I could cook for you. Again, what does it mean? I cook for you could mean like a possibility. I would be able to cook for you if you ask me, right? Or it could mean in the past. Tomorrow, I could cook for you. But again, it's like in English, even though it makes sense when you translate, it's weird. So when you say I could cook for you, it's like tomorrow, yesterday. Yeah, I could cook for you yesterday. It's like a bit weird. So that's why people prefer to say I was able to cook for you. And this means I had the possibility, but also I did it. Yeah. So, and that's why you have to be careful because even though could is a past of can, is not exactly a past possibility. Yeah. So, I would prefer and I would recommend you to use could only when you mean would be able to, right? Because it's the most common because people could get confused, not only students, but in general. So you could say only use could in, this is not a rule, but this is a recommendation when you mean would be able to, right? You could say, could you come tomorrow? Maybe this is good, but you will never find something like, could you come yesterday? Is correct, but it's weird. Yeah. So could you come yesterday? I think people will understand, but it's better were you able to come yesterday? Because I want to know not only if it was possible, but if you did it. Yeah. So I don't know if you have any questions, be the difference between could and be able to.
When you use I was, is that something that you could do it and
And
you
you
do it
did. And
and
you
you
did
did?
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And the other is that maybe you could do it,
It
but you
was
don't,
possible,
it was possible, but you really don't do it, don't
but
did
you
it.
don't exactly, you don't know, they don't know if you did it.
Yeah. Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Exactly. So there's a difference. Yeah. Then we have the be capable of, and this is another kind of past. Well, you can use it in present, in future, doesn't matter. Also be able to, you can use it in the future because you know that it's not possible to say I will can. No, no, impossible. So you say I will be able to, right? I will be able to. I will be able. Yeah. So yeah, what was I saying? Capable of. So when you say capable of, remember it doesn't mean it's very different from be able to, right? If I say in past, were you capable of? So this capable, I wrote able, sorry. Were you capable of? And this, I'm not asking you if you did something, right? Let's make the difference between were you able to and were you capable of. And were you able to repair my car? And were you capable of repairing cars? So the first one, it's were you able to repair my car? I'm only asking if you did it, right? Were you capable of repairing cars? I'm asking that if maybe in the past you had mechanic abilities that you forgot now. So when I ask were you capable of, I'm just wondering if you had the ability to do something in the past. And not only abilities, but it also, you can use it when you talk about qualities of people, right? For example, he was able to, I don't know, sell like no one, like no other. He was able to sell like no other. Now, he was capable of being empathetic with clients. So the first one, I'm talking, he was able to sell like no other, it's an ability. So the ability to sell. And the other one, you could also think that it's an ability to be empathetic, but actually I'm talking about a quality, which the person is empathetic, right? He was capable of being empathetic. He was capable. I can only say in English, he was capable, or I can say in present, he is capable. You are capable. That means you are capaz, right? Or he was capable. Él era capaz. Yeah. So capable and able again look similar, but they're not because you use be when you ask, were you able to? Again, it means did you do it? But were you capable? Even though you could have the same context, if you ask someone, hey, were you capable of repairing my car? They would say, yeah, but it's weird, you know? It's better to use were you able. So when you use capable, it's only if you had the, like if it was possible for you. Let's imagine one very simple example. When you talk about the very remote past, when you were a kid, for example, well, not for Gabriel, but when you were a kid, so you could say, when I was a kid, um, I don't know what can kids do?
Climb a tree. Now I can't.
Okay, which one?
Like climb a tree.
Climb a tree. Okay, that's a good example. When I was a kid, I was, you see, I was capable of climbing trees, right? And so you could say also, when I was a kid, I was able to climb trees. And in this case, you only mean that you did these things in the past. Let's see, for example, cartwheels. Cartwheels. You know cartwheels? Is this? Those are cartwheels. So when I was a kid, I was capable of doing cartwheels. So it means it was possible for me. Okay. So that's a big difference between them. Then when you say capable of uses the ing verb, gerund. And able to uses the infinitive verb. So that's the thing. All right. So any questions so far?
No, for me and for now.
Okay, good. Perfect. So let's see. Now we're going to watch this job interview. I told you it's the most real that I've found. I think it's real, but the other ones look like mock, but we're going to check it. So, and the audio is not good, but I'm going to turn on the captions and let's listen to this interview. We're gonna stop the most important points.
How about you? Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Juliana.
Juliana,
Hi, nice to
welcome.
meet you.
Nice to see you.
Nice to
Please
meet
have a seat.
Thank you.
So how are you this morning?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah.
How about you?
So far, we've met some wonderful people,
Wow,
and
that's
you'll be
great.
included in this.
Oh, thank you, I hope so.
Juliana, I'm sorry. What we're going to do this morning is we're going to take a moment to find out as much about you, so we have enough information to make certain we know enough about you and what you want to do.
Sure.
Okay, and at the end of the period or the session, you can have an opportunity of asking us some questions.
Sure. Good.
So tell me a little bit about, first of all, did you write this?
Yeah, I wrote this.
Wow,
Yeah.
completely different than the other one that I wrote, so.
Yeah, I asked them if I should bring some cover letter, and they say if you want, if you have a cover letter,
Mhm.
you can bring.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Juliana.
So, my name is Juliana Lima. I'm Brazilian. I graduated in 2009. My major is in business administration. I have experience working as a financial assistant and also in a banking industry. I'm really organized, especially in the workplace. I like to keep the things organized, so if I have to find something really quickly, it's easier. Also, I like to work with people, helping people, and I like to work with numbers. And I really like to work in groups or in teams so I can share and learn new things. That's all.
Your English pronunciation is excellent.
Oh, thank you.
Where did you learn English?
I took some class in Brazil for about 2 years, but it was just, when your country doesn't speak that language, you can't learn enough. So I came to Canada last year, so I have been living here for a year and 2 months now.
Good for you. And during that 2 years, what did you do? Did you take more classes? Did you
In Brazil,
meet? Well, you've been here for how long?
I have been here for more than 1 year, just one
More
year.
than 1 year. So what have you been doing?
I came here actually for stay 3 months. So I was studying another school
Okay.
and I took class for 3 months. After that, I just was living here. I found a job, so I was working in another place.
Okay.
And then in August,
And that was in an English-speaking job?
no.
Okay.
The first job was I was speaking Portuguese in Fortnite,
Okay.
but
Okay, so you see that the questions are mostly in past. That's what they care, right? What you did.
after that I found another job, and that job I was speaking just English.
Excellent.
And in August, I started another school for 2 months. And after I finished that school, I came here to study English.
So is that on your resume? Yeah, Portuguese. Okay. Perfect.
Okay. So why do you want to become interested in the banking industry?
Why? I had the opportunity to work when I was studying at university, I had the opportunity to work in a bank. And that job, I realized what I'm passionate about it. and I discovered that I really liked working in a bank, helping people work with numbers, and the contact that you have every day with people. I was really glad about that.
Okay. So what do you want to do long term? So you don't want to be a clerk, you want to do mortgages, do you want to do investments, do you want to run a branch? What do you want to do?
I want to run a branch. So first, my first 5 years, I will start as a bank teller, as everybody else, for about 2 years,
No,
and then
the captions obviously are not exactly what she's saying because it said like abused and she's not saying abused, but all right.
Run a branch? What do you want to do?
I want to run a branch. So first, my first 5 years,
Branch.
I will start as a bank teller, as everybody else, for about 2 years, and then I will be able to become a assistant bank manager, and after that I will be able to become a manager, bank manager. And my goal too is I want after I become a bank manager, I want to transfer my position to another branch in other countries. I don't want to just stay, if I find a job here in Toronto, I wanted to transfer to another countries too.
Another which, I'm sorry?
Another countries.
Another country?
Yeah, branch in another countries. Because
Another country or another county?
countries.
Country.
Well, you're saying her English is good, but you see that she's still the man has problems, right? So the woman said that she had a good English, and the man is like, I don't understand what you're saying, right? Because she's confusing the word branch with brand. I don't know if you heard it, but she's not saying branches. I want to work in other branches. She's saying brands or branch. Maybe she's nervous, but you know, I don't know because her voice, she sounds like so bold. Like she's very she looks confident. Yeah, but if you look back, like this is, I think that this part is where she really, when he asks the question, you want to be a clerk or you want to run a shop or a branch, right? And check how she doesn't say branches, she says brands. I want to work for different brands. And this could be something serious because it's a very different thing saying I want to work in different branch than different brands. It's like saying I want to work in a different company.
Mortgages, do you want to do investments? Do you want to run a branch? What do you want to do?
I want to run a branch. So first, my first.
So you see that one of the problems with this thing, that in my opinion she's making, is that she's not using I would like. She's saying I'm going to. Like she's already, it's okay, like what's your vision, what you would like to do, but it doesn't depend on you, these decisions, right? So you would say, well, I would like to run a branch. Not I'm going to run a branch, right?
First 5 years, I will start as a bank teller.
Then she said, I would start. Sometimes when you plan what you would do, you can say, yeah, I would start. I would, like supposing what you would do. But in my opinion, when you are talking about something like already in the job interview, you would say, again, I would like to. And yeah,
as everybody else for about 2 years, and then I will be able to become a assistant bank manager, and after that I will be able to become a manager, bank manager. And my goal too is I want after I become a bank manager, I want to transfer.
She says, I want. You can say I will want, yeah, but again, not, I wouldn't recommend using want, right? I would like, right?
Transfer my position to another branch in other countries.
Yeah.
I don't want to just
She's saying brands. She means branches.
stay. If I find a job here in Toronto, I wanted to transfer to another countries too.
To another countries too.
Another which, I'm sorry?
Another countries.
Another.
Maybe she, because of her background, she's not saying countries, she's saying counties.
Country?
Yeah, branch in another countries because
Another country or another county?
I don't know why I think that because I don't think she's Mexican, or I don't think she's Latina, because Latinos usually don't have a problem pronouncing country, no? Maybe she's from South Asia.
She said she was from Brazil.
Mm-hmm. That could be. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
countries.
Country.
Countries.
Okay, my apologies. It just-
Oh, no
the
problem.
construction-
Pronunciation,
No,
sorry.
the construction
Yes,
out there just
sorry.
kind of threw me off there for a second.
So, as an assistant bank manager, give me an example of how you would deal with a customer who's very angry.
Is there any?
Yes, you can tell me more details if you want. Why are they angry, and what would you say to them? How would you deal with them?
Actually, I have an example.
Excellent.
Then when I was working at bank, I was there for a month or 2 months, I don't remember exactly. I was new, so one day I had a customer, he came to me yelling and really angry because of a problem that he had in his account. And at that time,
Or
because of a problem
Okay.
in his account,
Okay.
and that time I didn't know if I should call my manager or should I handle that situation by myself. And I decided to handle that situation by myself. And
The word robbery, it's used when a person, well, it's usually with violence, it's something physical. Yeah, it's like someone with a gun saying, "Hey, give me your money." That's a robbery. People could say also that's a robbery when something's too expensive, but I think that what she means when someone you don't know, like a hacker or scammers, they take out some money from your account. So in this case, well, then not to call it robbery, right? How to say, well, you could call it a scam. Theft could be too. But again, robbery and theft, you wouldn't use it for accounts. You would say that some money was taken out of the account. I think they, as bankers, they would use a specific word, no?
I started to use my communication skill, talking very slow, calm, try to calm down the client, that ensure him that everything was going to be fine. I was going to solve his problem, and in the end, I could solve his problem, and he left.
I put the soap, she said.
I ensure him that everything was going to be fine. I was going to solve his problem, and in the end, I could solve his problem, and he left.
I could solve his problem. So here I would recommend she would use I was able to solve his problem, right? For the reason that we explained a moment ago.
The bank happy, not really happy, of course, because he was angry, but I could solve his problem.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, that's another mistake, right? I don't think the client will be happy, right? If he would be happy, only the money appears back. And even so, I don't think that he will be happy. I think that he will be rather relief. No, maybe that's the word, relief. Because but he didn't have his money back at that moment, so maybe happy is not the correct word, right? He felt calmer, he felt at ease. Yeah.
Tell me about a time when you showed that you fit well into a team?
Fit
You
well.
worked well with other people and got good results because you worked well with them.
I can give an example when I was studying at university. The final party, the graduation party, me and two other people, we were responsible how can I say, to do the party. So we were working in group.
I don't know if it's common to you for a job interview to talk about a party. They ask you about when you work in team, but she's talking about a party. So in this case, right, you would use like some real examples, right, at the work. Because I could say, tell me that you are good at selling. Ah, yeah, because I had my friends and I had an Xbox and I want to sell the Xbox to my friend. Or I don't know, or as a teacher, like I was teaching my cousins, I was teaching my brother. Like he doesn't have the examples she's given don't have the same value, right? The curricular value. But let's see what they think about it.
And we divide what should you do, and it was pretty
What we should do, right? What we should do. And when you say, for example, you want to say, I want to tell you what I would do. And you don't say, I want to tell you what would I do. The second sentence is incorrect. In this case, the auxiliary would go after the pronoun.
good. And
Let me ask you a question, Juliana. There were 3 of you in that group, right?
yeah,
Were you the leader, or were you just part of the team?
that situation didn't have the leader.
Okay, so everybody
We
worked.
just separate what should you do. I was responsible to find a place. I was responsible for the money, to receive the money from the students. So we just divide.
So basically, you took a leadership role.
Yeah.
Now, in those 3 people, did one person not pull their weight? Didn't do as much as the other 2?
No.
Everybody did equal
Yeah.
work.
Because that time, all the students choose those 3 people. And
I think you see some mistakes, right, with the use of the verbs. For example, what is the past of choose? Chose. No? Some mistakes like this. That you can see they can understand her, but depends, right? For example, tomorrow I like this is a real thing. I have to interview a person for a job interview. And according to the company, they can ask me like how strict they want me to be. There are some jobs like she's perfect, for example, for a job where she won't use a lot of English, that maybe occasional clients. But if you are explaining something as complex as banks and these things, I don't know if she will be able to, in my opinion, right? Maybe I'm being too strict. But tomorrow, for example, I have this job interview. I have to interview, I mean, just going to ask questions of English. Like I'm not the human resources manager, but they asked me to make this interview just to find out about English, about her English skills, because it's a woman. And so some jobs don't require, like she has a conversational English already, she has a good level. But when you have something important that you need to make it clear to the clients, I think you need to manage everything. You need to be sure that you use the correct time, the correct grammar, verbs, because only one single word in English you can change that's something you need to understand now that you're at this level. You can use one word, but then maybe there's a better word to use. So it depends what the company expects, right? Maybe this company doesn't need a perfect English or B2 level or C1 level or native level. Maybe she has, I think, no, I'm sure she has a B1 level. She has a B1 level. And as she works, as she continues talking to native people and refining her English, she can easily get a B2. So some job interviews, some companies, like usually in some countries, they apply a test, like you have the written test, but there's the sometimes they need to apply oral tests too. But you know that I've found so many human resources managers who don't speak English. So how come are you going to hire a person if you don't speak English? So that's when we can help them with that. Okay.
And I'm glad that all the students, all the class choose the right ones, and they were me and the other ones. We have a good relationship, so we didn't have problem.
Okay. Now, do you want to work in Canada or do you want to go back to Brazil?
I want to work here in Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's wonderful.
Just in a few words, why?
Why? Canada. First I came here because I love the weather, and also we have more opportunities here than in my city.
Okay.
Okay. Now, do you have questions of us, Juliana?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Can you share them with us?
Yeah,
If you have them, I want to hear them.
Is it a secret?
sure. No.
But they're very kind of, you know that Canadians are one of the most polite people you can find. I mean, I don't want to generalize, but Canadians are, if you have a Canadian and American, the Canadian is going to treat you better. They have manners, they have their way that sometimes Americans are too straightforward, too cold, and Canadians are nice.
How come you're blushing?
Sorry. I just would like to ask if the bank English they provide us to the new employees some training programs.
I think they do, no?
Juliana, in any organization, in any company, training is ongoing. It's not an event. So in order for everyone to become better, we always continually to train and to learn. As old as I am, I continue to learn every day. I'm learning from you right now.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So yes, there is a formal training program, but we encourage our employees to take ownership. And you go out and find out what it is you want to become better at.
Yes.
So maybe becoming a branch manager, maybe you want to set up a branch in a location that hasn't been determined. Or maybe you want to go to one that's not working well and you fix it to make it work well. So those are, audit, could be cash management, could be location, could be facilities. You can also help by pursuing your dreams. Whatever your dreams are, you've got to pursue them. Okay? Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Was that good enough?
Good, really good, more than good.
What else do you want to ask us?
That's all.
That's all?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Where do we go from here?
I wasn't expecting that.
You know all the answers. I want to be able to know it.
Oh, you can choose.
not choosing, I'm asking you, because you said you know it all.
Oh, I don't know everything. I hope that I should know everything, but unfortunately, I don't know.
That was a good question, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, if I offered you to the job and you stepped into the job 9 o'clock next Monday morning, I said, sit down, Juliana. What 5 questions do you have for me about this bank?
This bank,
Mhm.
first,
What would your questions be for me? I'm your manager.
what is the main points, what's the main, my job?
Mhm.
Also, who I'm working with,
Okay.
and who is gonna be my manager and at that job. I think
That's 3, 2 more.
2 more. What you expect from me in the training time? What do you expect from me?
Mhm.
And the last one, if you will be able to provide me, if I can grow in that company.
Excellent. Good questions.
That's very good. So now that you have the answers for all that, now we're gonna have a little fun. You gotta tell me, what do we do in case of emergency? And where's the washroom? Because I can't sit here learning and training, but I have to go too. I need to know where that is.
Where is the washroom?
Yes? that
It's
is
right
very-
here in the first door of
No,
the
I
branch.
know that, but in any new company, you need to understand that there are the job, and then there's the environment. So
Okay.
the environment is, yes, banks are targets. So for emergencies, could be a bomb, what do you do? What are you gonna do, sit there and get trained? It's too late.
I'm
then.
just a trainee.
It doesn't work, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So I always try to make people feel comfortable. We will work, you are gonna shadow me. What I do for the next week or 2, you will follow in my footsteps. So you know their expectations are good, but very key question is, will you be showing me the emergency procedures? Or more often than not, I remember my very first job, and I was too embarrassed to ask where the washroom was.
Wow.
Until, when you're turning and holding. And
Because
there-
you were shy to ask them.
Absolutely, but it's important. It's
Yeah.
important to you and to anyone else because of
To
the.
know the environment that you
Absolutely,
work.
that's right. So those are, maybe it's funny, but it is important, trust me.
That's true.
And you're
That's a good
responsible
point.
for people as an assistant manager. You need to know where the exits are. You need to know about the security procedures.
Mhm, for sure.
Now, $1 million question. I always make things easy.
You're doing well. That's why he's being tough on you.
Okay, thank you.
If we're gonna change roles, okay? You're gonna be me and I'm gonna be you. And I want you to answer this question. Why would I choose you versus Lisa?
Why? Because I'm a person that I don't like to work in a place that I can't grow or I can't be useful or helpful. And I'm really enthusiastic about what I do. I really love what I do. So that's, for me, the most important thing is you have to do what you love, what you're passionate about. If you're not happy to wake up early to go to your job, I think you should go and find something that you're really passionate about. And I really like what I do, and so that's why I think you should hire me instead of the other.
You don't like Lisa?
Not very nicely. She deflected it. Stop it, you.
All right. So, do you have any other comments about the interview? Something you noticed?
Well, I think she did it pretty good. I think like in general, normally we will find things like she can she can improve. Like all of we maybe. But I
Yeah.
think in general she did a good work. Because I always say something like maybe you cannot be even a B2 if you want in English. But then if you begin to work in the place, the specific words for that place, you will be like master in a short time. I was working in Orange like, I don't know, like 10 years ago. In Tabarete. It's a very popular place for tourists. So I used to talk with foreigners, most of them American people. So I was beginning to study English. So I almost didn't know anything. I barely know anything in English. Short things. But when I began to work in that place in Orange, like in 2 months, I was like a monster, talking about specific things from the phone, like the chips, the signal, the coverage, all that, all the stuff related to that topics. So this would be something that I would mention if I am taking a interview. Like I know that's not my native language, for this country, but I know what I know, and I know that I will be able to know more about my specific position, and I will be able to manage any level of conversations about that, related to that topics. But I think, in my opinion, she did good. In my opinion, she was, in general, she was good. Like you say, she can uh, improve something, like, but really fast she can get a lot, another level, I think.
Exactly. So yeah, point is you can see those mistakes, right? Because she did well, but when you realize those mistakes, you can improve yourself, right? You are able to identify the mistakes. It means you know why they're wrong and you can avoid them too. Yeah, but actually, when it comes to working, unless like you go to another country, and even so, I think that every person is able to adapt to everything. Even if you move tomorrow to another country, and you are wondering if you will be able to succeed in the language, you will, because you will adapt to your environment, right? To, in this case, the like Saul said, like this specific job, you will learn the specific vocab, you will learn the pitches because the company gives you the training. So you are not going to talk about your whole life with a client, right? That moment. So you just need the keywords, you need to have your pitch, your to do what you are supposed to, right? So yeah, that's why I think that she will succeed in this interview too. All right, very well. So we're done for tonight. Appreciate your attendance. Thank you so much for being here, and see you tomorrow.
Thank you. See you
Bye.
tomorrow.